good to be back?
It is. It's first day is always really exciting, and just getting the time trial over and done with is always a good feeling, and kind of getting stuck into the footy now, getting everyone back is a great feeling around the group today.
Good to see Andrew Brayshaw out there as well early.
Yeah, he's been working really hard over the break, and he's in really good nick, and he's always up the front in our time trials, so it was good to see him putting on a good show today.
And Jordan Clark did well in the time trials as well.
Yeah, he's naturally a really good runner, and he's been putting in the work as well over the last few weeks in the off season. He's been training with the boys every session, so I guess it's good to kind of see it come out in the track, and now it's kind of getting to the footy and show his strengths on the footy field.
Would you prefer a 2K or 4 1Ks?
I don't know. It's a tough one. They're completely different, to be honest. Like that one out there, the 4 1Ks, the lactic builds after each one, and you kind of finish one and you're like, oh, I've got 3 more to go. So I guess the 2K is over a lot quicker, and you can kind of smack it out in 6.5 minutes or whatever. But this one you got 4 lots of 3-minute efforts, so it's a tough one. But I think the boys really embraced it and helped each other get through, which was great.
And obviously it's very early days, but how do you think the group's sort of come back as a whole? Because we saw lots of footage and photos of how hard the guys were training in the break.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting, especially the younger guys. We've been doing a lot of training together, and it's a fair few guys that kind of weren't able to go home and kind of stuck here, and were able to really kind of gel together at different places like East Freo, and did a few training sessions at Freo Oval, and just kind of change the scenery. And we came in here a bit and did gym, and I think that bonding and doing the sessions together really helps, because you push each other through and do it at a really high standard. So I think the boys, the way they ran today, the standard they ran at, was a real credit to how they approached the off season, and it's pretty much just a first step in our pre-season, and hopefully onwards and upwards from here.
What about you personally? How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, excited to get stuck into it. I feel like I've got a really good base now. I guess the way I look at it is you can't kind of I'm trying to work out how to say this. I've lost it, but to be honest, I've just had a really good block. Probably the last month and a half. Really got into it, running really hard, training with the boys, and feeling really strong and fit.
We saw you get around to quite a few of the boys. Are you looking sort of in the future for a leadership role? Is that something you would embrace?
It's definitely something I embrace, but at this stage I'm just trying to do everything I can to help this club succeed, and at this stage, if that's kind of getting around and bringing the energy and helping guys get through, then I'm more than happy to do that. I'm just really enjoying kind of being back with the group that we've got at the moment. I think everyone's really embracing that side of things, and really driving the standards together, not leaving it just to a couple of guys to do it. I think the energy we had out there today, the standards that were being set, is going to put us in really good stead.
Caleb, sorry, you go.
No, it's all right, you go.
You talk about not being able to get away during off-season. I guess you're only a couple of pre-seasons in yourself, but does it feel a bit different when you can't get away? You're sort of stuck, for want of a better word, here, and got to find a way to take your mind off footy for a few weeks?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's a bit different. I guess for me, like you said, I've only had a couple of pre-seasons, and I haven't really been able to get away or overseas for off-seasons. They've all been kind of COVID-ridden, so for me it's not too different, but I guess for the senior guys and the guys that are used to getting away and having a real mental break, whether it's overseas or whatever, can be a bit of a challenge. But I guess the way that we've been looking at it is a real positive, that we can really get in with each other, train hard together, and really push each other along, which is going to put us in good stead, not just for pre-season, but next year as well.
You talk about Jordan coming in and joining the group straight away. That's been a pretty easy integration for him? Yeah,
definitely. He's a really confident kid, and he's brought a lot of energy to the group. He's fitted in really well. Everyone's embraced him, and he's really embraced the Freo way already, and can't wait to see what he can do on the field.
Is there anything from last season you're looking to specifically improve on coming into the next year?
I guess for us, I think consistency is a big thing. I think when we were playing our best footy, we're able to match it with pretty much anyone, and I guess for us it's just not just in game and quarter to quarter, but week to week. We've got to get our preparation, we've got to get the way we are playing on field, we've got to get the way we communicate with each other, everything consistent, and I guess that's going to start from now, today, tomorrow, every day. We want to be consistent and trying to get the most out of every single session, and that's going to hold us in good stead for next year.
A few of the boys that came down to watch today wanted to know how you're settling into Perth and whether you see a real long-term future here at Freo.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. For me, I'm solely focused on bringing a flag to the Dockers, and I think a lot of the guys are in the same boat. We've got a really driven young group that all we want to do is play finals and win flags for the Fremantle family, and I think we're on track to do that at the moment. But I guess for us, we're just focusing on the pre-season right now and getting the most out of every single session, which will set us up really well for next year.
taking that next step to push for finals, how much of a boost will the core group of young players get from another pre-season? Do you think finals is realistic off the back of another big build over summer heading into next year?
Definitely, but we're under no illusions. We're not here just thinking that we can just kind of go through pre-season and I guess off-season as well, and just kind of think we're just going to get there and just have that gradual progression and growth. We're really keen to just do it straight away. We worked really hard with the coaches, and they've set out some really strong standards that we want to meet. And obviously we've got some new coaches coming in as well that have some new ideas, and that's going to kind of change the game plan a little bit. But for us, our intensity that we bring to each session is going to help us improve at a faster rate than if we just kind of go through the motions. And I think, like I said, we've got a really driven young group that want to succeed fast. So for us, our expectations are trying to play finals next year, and I guess everyone at this point of the year is expecting and wanting to play finals, but we feel like it's a really realistic possibility in our progression for next year.
How early do you sort of integrate all that game plan stuff? Is it about getting a fitness base now, or do you work that in from day one? How does it sort of play out?
I guess ideally everyone comes back with a base. So that's what we're kind of testing today. We'll see where everyone's at, and I think everyone ticks some really good boxes today, and that'll allow us to kind of hit the ground running and get into footy stuff as quick as we can. So I think Wednesday is going to be a little bit of a lighter session, but a bit more small-sided games and stuff. And then, I guess Mondays and Fridays will be the more footy-style stuff, with obviously top-up running and stuff. But I think the actual game plan things should be able to get implemented pretty quick, because I think the guys came back with a really good base.
And is that a benefit for next year? Do you think that'll draw results maybe a bit quicker?
Definitely. If guys come back in good nick and we can get into footy stuff quicker, we can train it for longer. We can train it from day one and we can get going. So I think that's a really exciting thing about today. Everyone ran really well. Everyone's looking really fit, and everyone's ready to go. So it should allow the coaches to get stuck into it.
How excited are you for a couple of potentially 2 ready-made players coming in with 2 top 10 draft picks for this week?
Really exciting. I guess for me, it was only 2 years ago now that I was drafted, so it's still pretty fresh, and I know how exciting a time it is for all the draftees and all the families. So I guess for me, I'm just really excited for those kids to come in and really buy into the Freo way. We know they're going to be really talented, but we just can't wait to get them in and I guess get them used to what we're doing and get them into trademark and everything that we're building as a club, and just get them on board. We're really excited. We've got a young group, like I said, and it's driven, so they're going to come in and feel right at home. And I think as a group, we're really excited about those guys coming in.
Will you take a key role in leading them?
I guess we all will. We'll take, I guess, us young guys. We've got, I think, 15 or so of us here training at the moment, so it's a pretty kind of substantial group, and we've still got another couple of guys that are kind of only a year or two older, like Sean Darcy and stuff, that are really taking on those leadership roles, and it's on everyone, not just players, the coaching staff, the footy department. I think we've got some really good people in those positions, and it's going to make those kids feel really welcome, because I know when I came in, I was welcomed from the first day I came here and absolutely loved it. So I've got no doubt those guys will feel the exact same way.
Have you dropped past David Wolves' office to speak about a young boy called Jai Serong?
I've been trying to stay out of it. I've been on the phone, do I text him? Nah, I'll kind of leave it up to those guys. I really trust what they're doing, and obviously as a family we're really excited about kind of this week and the potential of hopefully Jai getting drafted, because he's put in a lot of hard work and a lot of stuff that behind the scenes that no one really sees because of the shutdown and COVID and everything, because the Victorian kids haven't been able to play much. So I feel for all those guys that are trying to get drafted this year without much kind of footy behind their back. But I guess we're all really excited about the next few days, and just fingers crossed he gets an opportunity wherever that may be.
Have you given him any advice over the past few weeks?
Yeah, it's been a pretty kind of full-on few weeks for him with exams and everything, and I'm kind of always just there if he needs a text or whatever, and we've kind of been speaking most days and just kind of having a chat about how things are going. And obviously it's a pretty full-on time, but he's been keeping himself really busy. He had exams up until only about a week and a half ago, and then kind of had his formal and stuff on the weekend, so he's been busy, but just trying to tell him just to enjoy it. I guess for him, he's put in a lot of work, and all the draftees have put in a lot of work, and it's a really exciting time for not only them but their families. So just enjoy it and embrace the next few days, because you only get drafted once. So that's kind of the advice that I've kind of given him, and I think he's feeling really good about it.
Caleb, 30-odd games for yourself. You've knocked off the Players Association Young Player, Rising Star, Goal of the Year. You aiming for Brownlow or Mark of the Year next year?
Aiming for a premiership with the Dockers. But I guess for me, I'm just trying to, right now, all I'm focusing on is improving. in every asset of my game, but I guess I've had some really good focuses over the off-season about fitness and strength, and trying to lean down a little bit, which has been good. I had a lot of help from the guys at the club, but yeah, personally I'm kind of really turning to team now. I feel like I'm I guess really comfortable with the club and where we're going, but I feel like we can really take a big step quickly, and that's kind of where we want to go as a group, play finals and win a flag.